Oh, Shudder. Shudder, Shudder, Shudder. To be clear, I am a huge fan of the streaming service. They have the rights to and stream plenty of solid horror movies and TV shows. By the way, if y'all want a 10 out of 10 show to watch, you can watch Hannibal on Shudder right now.
What am I about to put in my mouth?
Rabbit.
He should have hopped faster.
Yes, he should have.
They also have plenty of great independent movies and shows, but they also have plenty of indie projects that are, well, let's just say they try their best.
That's not a good start, but keep going.
So I watched The Dead Thing, the latest Shudder exclusive that dropped on Valentine's Day. So it shouldn't be a surprise when I tell you all that it's an erotic horror film. A movie that dropped on that day should get a universal response.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Let's just talk and spoil it. The movie focuses on our main girl, Alex. She likes to bang.
Giggity. What? Nothing, it's stupid.
She's in a rut. She works a night shift job doing who the hell knows, cause I guess the writers didn't think that was important. She regularly uses a dating app called Friction to get down and freak gay, cause she's in a bit of a rut in her life and it's not really going anywhere.
Loser, loser.
She then goes on an all-timer date with our other main character, Kyle, a guy that can make any chick's panties drop by touching their shoulder and say, "We don't have to talk, do we?" Hey, maybe I should try that. Hold on, I'll return and report. It did not go well. So after the date, Alex is super eager to hear from Kyle again, to the point of desperation. She eventually gets into serious desperation territory and goes to where she thinks he works. They hand her a service card from his funeral? So, looks like Alex banged a ghost. Kind of like that movie Ghost.
That'll be $27.50.
Alex weirdly isn't terrified by the whole situation, and she decides to open a new Friction account to match with Kyle again. They meet up and he doesn't remember her at all. She even tries to jog his memory by showing little mementos from their first date. A few drawings, but still nothing, at least at the moment. They make out because, otherwise it would have been a wasted date. But she calls it early and goes to work even though she called in. Her coworker starts aggressively hitting on her and she storms out only to find Kyle waiting for her outside with the drawings. He is confused because he is now recovering fragments of his memory. She then gives him the headphones he was wearing that she got from the scene of his accident, which is kind of bullshit. She pulled them out of a gutter super easy, even though he died probably months ago or longer. The coworker sees Kyle's reflection in a mirror and sees his corpse and he just runs away screaming. Our girl goes home and sees her roommate lying on the floor in her wedding dress. She was supposed to be married, but her ex-fiance turned out to be a huge piece of shit, so the whole wedding got called off. They have a big argument and throw insults at each other and called it a night. The next day our girl goes to work and the new guy is there because the old guy left. Naturally he would, but I really want to throw shade at the job where literally only two people work and they are the opposite sex. Can't see anything possibly going wrong there.
So, sex again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They spend a few work shifts together and our guy is pretty dorky, but he is still able to work a bit of charm onto her. But now the story's perspective shifts to the ghost. Now we see him going to a different bar and hooking up with another chick. Don't ghosts usually have limits to where they can go? What is this, Ghost the TV show?
Welcome to another day in hell, bitch.
The couple share like 3 sentences together before he does his charming move and they go back to her place and bang out their frustrations. A few things trigger the guy during the hookup and once he sees his reflection, he goes crazy and invisible. He even starts choking the poor girl out. I guess Supernatural was right. It's only a matter of time before all ghosts turn into vengeful spirits.
Balls.
He lets her go and leaves, though she wouldn't really know because he's an invisible entity that just lifted her off the ground by her throat and nearly killed her. I'm sure she's gonna be scarred for at least the rest of her life. Our girl is chatting it up with a new guy at work, and she admits that she is still thinking about the ghost just a bit. She goes home and, speak of the devil, he is lying in her bed.
What? Oh, come on!
How the fuck does he remember how to get back to her place? He was literally there once. Do days or nights really not reset for him? It kind of seems like they should, considering that he didn't remember her a few days later. I don't know. He opens up about the day he died. He stepped off the bus, and right as he got on the road, he got a match to a very pretty girl. His headphones were in, and he got hit by a car. He even tells our girl Alex how many chicks he's banged. Humble brag. But now she's taken that from him because now he remembers being dead. He's also very scared of moving on into the afterlife. Okay, this is bad writing because he didn't remember her before, so that would mean he didn't remember banging whores until she showed up and caused him to remember them. And by happenstance, he remembers being dead. She unlocked his memory of everything. Whatever. She says he doesn't have to move on, and they fuck.
What a stupid bitch!
During the sex, our girl is making weird faces. Maybe it's just her O face to seem like she's in pain. I don't know. I bring it up because the movie made the scene drag on for a while, so I guess they thought it was important. Alex gets up for work, and the moment her back turns, Kyle disappears. She goes out to the living room, and the roommate apologizes for lashing out at her before and that she misses having some girl time. Our girl agrees, but she doesn't seem to be too enthused about it. While she's at work, she is deliberately ignoring her coworker, which is a little sad, but what's downright devilish is that while she's at work, Kyle the ghost is playing with her roommate to pass the time. What the fuck was he doing between getting banged before he met her? Most ghost stories have a location and even a time frame when the ghosts are active, but this guy is just doing whatever now all day and all night. He even suffocates the roommate while she sleeps. He does this after looking at his dead reflection, which is an odd motivator. It's like, I look evil, so why not do evil? Our girl gets back and they bang a lot. He keeps begging her to not leave and she keeps caving in. During these love scenes, we see her enjoying herself with Kyle and by herself. Kind of a duality, which is artistic, but I don't quite get it because clearly Kyle has a presence. This isn't in her head, so him being visible to us, the audience, shouldn't make her movements change. She eventually puts her foot down and goes to work. Our nice guy addresses her ridiculously concerned, asking where she's been. She's not sure what he's talking about. Apparently, she hasn't been to work in 9 days.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Finally, something interesting happens after an hour and 10 minutes.
That's not a good start, but keep going.
Back at the house, the roommate's fiance comes in and starts writing a note. The friend comes in and kicks him out before giving him his shit back. He goes home and weirdly sees his shit already there. Okay, that obviously wouldn't work unless Kyle already knew where this guy was, or we would see his shit literally floating as he followed the ex home. Or Kyle can teleport. This is why it's important to have someone else proofread your fucking script. So Kyle beats the ex to death and it's He then comes back and chokes the roommate so hard with her wedding dress that it snaps her neck. And Kyle then stashes the body in the apartment. Sad. Alex comes back to her place and tells Kyle that she just lost her job, but he don't care. He just wants to get back into that stank. She sees the note that was written by, I guess, the ex, and I had to pause this scene to read it because it seemed important, and it's a long note. Hey, directors, give us a minute to read if it's important. So it turns out that our girl slept with the ex-fiance. Hey, is everyone just a piece of shit? Like, seriously, is it really that hard to not bang your friends or family spouses? I suggest taking a page out of Randall's book.
Like you even register as a chick to me. Might as well be a dude.
Really?
Yeah, you're my best friend's girlfriend. You became persona non nookie to me the moment he started diddling your pooter.
Alex has had enough of Kyle, even though he is terrified of what's next. She says that she needs him gone, and then he disappears. She then deletes his dating profile from her phone. The scene dissolves into a beautiful sunset. We see our girl getting some sun, and out comes the new guy from work. Aww, they're on a little vacation. They go to the pool of the hotel that they are at, and she walks away for 2 seconds and Uh-oh, the new guy gets drowned in the pool. And of course our girl doesn't come to help him because she walked away for 2 seconds. Clearly she wouldn't be able to hear his cries.
Obviously.
She goes to their room and she leaves a voicemail for her friend because she hasn't seen her in a while. Holy fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna hold my outrage until we get this over with. Our girl is in the room and the new guy comes in looking funny and forces himself on her. Oh, he's possessed by Kyle, because Kyle can apparently stalk cars driving for hours, don't you know? We see the corpse start choking the shit out of Alex. We jump to Alex at the bar from the beginning. She's meeting up with a guy and she sees her reflection and she sees she's dead. And the movie finally ends.
What? Oh, come on!
Okay, normally I give indie movies some slack, and I did for this one up until the last 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna rip into that part to more accurately reflect my overall impressions of the whole movie. This movie has a big problem with not knowing exactly what Kyle can and can't do. So at first he loses his memory seemingly every day and then just bangs another chick. I don't know how he even meets up with these chicks in different locations cause like, what is his connection to the app? Does he still have a functioning phone? As a ghost? He seemingly can go anywhere and his ability to turn invisible is very random. Can he control it? Also, why does he only turn evil when he looks at his reflection? I mean, I kinda get it.
Here's what
But it's not to the point of lashing out at other people for it. It's established that this SOB walks everywhere, so how the fuck did he find out where Alex and the new guy went to on their little vacation? And since when the fuck could he possess other bodies? Especially since he doesn't really need to. He can interact with the living, no problem. Moving on, the note that our girl messed around with the fiance is kind of poorly put together. We know that she has a contact in her phone called Asshat or something, and I guess she kept sleeping around to kind of get over him. But we only see them interact one time together, and it's right when the fiance and the roommate are having a fight, and this is after the wedding is already called off. And Alex states plainly that he's a dick, which that guy overhears, because she thought he wasn't in the room. So when their only encounter is awkward, there's nothing to suggest that this scene would be different if they didn't sleep around behind the roommate's back. It's also terrible writing that we don't get a reaction of Alex finding her friend's corpse. Seriously, does she not go to certain rooms in her apartment? It's not that big, and it's not like Kyle hid the body that well. Plus, a corpse is going to stink after being left alone for a day. When did she go on vacation? Who the fuck knows? Going off more on the ending, good lord it drags. Mostly because we go to way too many places. So the movie started to feel like it was going to end after Alex told Kyle to go away. At their apartment. And then we are at the rocks vacationing. And then the pool, and then the hotel room, and then the bar at the beginning. That's way too many scene changes when you're trying to wrap this shit up. Also, why the fuck does she go back to the bar from the beginning? Can our girl now teleport? Why did she become a ghost somewhere completely different than where she was killed? There are so many questions and little to no answers, and I think that'll do for now. Sorry, Shudder, and the people who made this movie. Practice makes perfect, and clearly there's much more practice that needs to be done. And hopefully it's before they make their next movie. By the way, I found out after doing this review that I could have watched The Gorge and reviewed that this Valentine's weekend.
Son of a bitch!
I want to blame someone else for this because apparently every Tom, Dick, and Harry thought this was going to be in theaters, but apparently it dropped straight to streaming the same day the Dead thing dropped, and I guess because I didn't look too deep, clearly I made the wrong choice. I'm pretty pissed. Anyways, stay spooky.